All right, so today's story time is definitely an interesting one and a recent one. Today's story time takes place today. It's kind of a part two to another story time I told this week that I didn't think would ever have a part two, but here we are. So if you haven't seen that first video, I uploaded a story time I think a few days ago. It was called "My Biggest Fan Robbed Me." I suggest you go watch that first. I'll leave it first, link in the description. But yeah, I suggest you check that out first so you understand this better. But if you don't want to, basically, I had this really big fan back in the day. He came to my house because my friend wanted to introduce him to me. And after I introduced myself to him and met him, he stole my mic and tried to sell it on eBay as Luna's real microphone. And yeah, I just thought it was pretty funny that one of my biggest fans stole from me. So I told a story time about it. And here we are today. I wake up, I get up out of bed, I take a shower, and I'm just like getting ready for my day, having a nice normal morning. And then all of a sudden, I get a text message from my friend. That same friend who was in that previous story time, not the one that stole from me, not the fan, but the friend that introduced us. And he's like, "Hey man, are you home? I want to come over and talk to you about something." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm home right now. What do you need to talk about?" He's like, "I think it's just better if I tell you in person. I'll be there in 5 minutes." And he hangs up before I can even say goodbye. And I think to myself, okay, that's pretty fucking weird, but whatever. So fast forward like 10 minutes later, he's at my house. He walks in and he's like, "What's up, man?" I was like, "What's good? What do you have to talk about?" He's like, "You remember that kid that I introduced you to, that fan of yours that you made a video about a few days ago?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah, you saw that?" He's like, "Yeah, he saw it too." I was like, "Oh, shit, he did?" He's like, "Yeah, man, he watched it and he's not happy about it." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And my friend goes on to tell me that this big fan of mine, or previous big fan that stole from me, called him up and was like, "Hey man, did you see Austin's video about me? I want to talk to him right fucking now. I'm going to sue his ass." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. This dude wants to sue me?" And my friend's like, "Yeah, that's what he said, but he's definitely not gonna. He's just all talk." And I was like, "What else did he say?" And my friend goes on to tell me that he wants to talk to me. Like, this dude wants to talk to me about it and to meet him at his house. So I was like, "You know what? Fuck it. Let's do it." And my friend's like, "Wait, what? You're serious? You want to go talk to him?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it. Just another story time. Why not?" So yeah, me and my friend jumped in my friend's car and we drove to this dude's house. And we knocked on his door and he answered the door. And this dude answered the door like a fucking villain in a movie. He goes, "Austin, I've been expecting you." And I started laughing my ass off. I'm like, "Dude, what kind of greeting is that?" And he's like, "Listen, bro, I saw your video a few days ago. That's fucked up." I was like, "I'm sorry. What's fucked up about it? The part that you stole from me? Or the part that you tried to sell my mic on eBay and steal my USB drive? Like, what part was fucked up?" He's like, "No, it's fucked up because it's slander. I'm not that person anymore. You could have told that story back then and I would have been fine with it, but you told it now when I'm a good person now." And I was like, "Dude, who gives a fuck? I didn't say your name in it. No one knows it's about you. If you're really a good person now, then just be a good person and don't say it. If you have to say you're a good person, you probably aren't one." And he gets real mad when I say that. He's like, "You know what, dude? My fucking dad's a lawyer, and I'll fucking take your ass to court if you don't delete that video." And I was like, "Dude, do you understand how many times I've heard someone say they're going to sue me over a story time video, and it hasn't happened? Because you can't." And he's like, "I fucking can, dude. Trust me. I know people." I'm like, "Dude, your dad's not going to take me to court. Trust me." And he's like, "Whatever, dude. Just delete the video." And I was like, "No. Is that all you want to talk about? You just want to threaten me?" And he's like, "No. I actually have something for you." And he turns around and he walks away. He goes upstairs and we're sitting there waiting for like 5 minutes. He comes back downstairs to the porch and he's holding one of my hoodies that I lost a very long time ago. And I'm like, "Wait a minute. Is that mine?" And he's like, "Yep. I took this from you the day that I took your microphone. I didn't give it back to you." I was like, "Wait a minute. So you stole more shit than just my mic and my USB. You took my hoodie too? What the fuck are you, some obsessed girlfriend?" And after I say this, his mom comes out from the kitchen and walks up to the door. And she's like, "What's going on here, boys? I'm hearing a lot of swearing." And I was like, "Nothing. Your son just stole from me a long time ago, and I'm getting everything back as we speak." And she goes, "My son stole from you?" And I was like, "Yeah, he took a whole bunch of stuff from me." And she goes, "Is this true?" And she looks at her son. And he's like, "Yeah, Mom, I did. It was a long time ago. I gave it all back now. We're all squared away. Don't worry. You can go back to cooking." And she goes, No, I want to know what's going on." And he goes, "Mom, don't fucking worry about it." And I was like, "Hey, man, don't disrespect your mother." And she looks at me and she goes, "Thank you. What's your name?" I was like, "My name's Austin." And she goes, "Thank you, Austin. I'm sorry my son stole from you." And this kid starts having a fucking meltdown. He's like, fuck you, Mom. You don't know the fucking story. Fuck you. And fuck you, Austin. He then proceeds to get up in my face and start basically threatening to punch me if I don't get off his property and stop making videos about him. Then my friend and his mom got between us to like break us up. And I told him I was going to make a video about this because a part 2 would be insane, and he didn't like that very much at all. He grabbed a bowl of candy that was on the porch for trick-or-treaters and proceeded to start throwing it at me full speed. I was dodging Reese's, I was dodging Snickers, I was dodging Twix bars. I was like the fucking Matrix of candy dodging. It was insane. So anyway, after he started throwing candy at me, his mom pushed him inside and slammed the door in between us so that he couldn't throw anything else and so he couldn't keep talking shit, and that was pretty much our cue to leave. So after this, me and my friend hop in his car, and I'm just in disbelief of the fucking vortex of craziness that just happened. And my friend looks at me, and he's like, dude, what was that? I was like, well, it started off as him saying to delete the video, and that he was going to sue me. And then it ended with him trying to fight me and throwing candy at me from Halloween the previous night. And he's like, yeah, I know. What the fuck? I was like, I don't know, man. Let's just go back to my house. So we're on the way back to my house, and my friend looks at me again, and he's like, are you actually going to make a story time about this? And I was like, dude, he threw candy at me and tried to fight me and threatened to sue me. Those are all great story time topics. He's like, yeah, that's fair. So while we're on our way back to my house, and I'm stoked to get home and record this video, my friend gets a phone call from none other than the crazy fan himself, and he answers it, and before my friend can even say hello, he puts it on speaker. And this kid goes, yo, you there? And my friend's like, yeah, what's up? And he goes, tell Austin if he makes one more video about me, I'm coming to his house and I'm beating his fucking ass. So that just gave me even more motivation to make this video. My friend hung up on him after that. We immediately went back to my house. And here I am right now recording this video for you guys, telling you the story time of the Crazy Fan Part 2. So yeah, that's pretty much that. I'm hoping there won't be a Part 3 to this, but based on how crazy he's acting, there might be. I don't know. Only time will tell. But I hope there isn't one because I don't really want to deal with him anymore because I don't like dodging Halloween candy and him in my face threatening to fight me. But yeah, I will definitely keep you guys posted on this ex-crazy fan of mine who tried to rob me and fight me and threw Halloween candy at me. So, you know, a whole bunch of shit. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of today's story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like on the video. I would really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below and subscribe if you're new. I will see you guys all later. Have a great night. Peace out.
Even the night you be wanting to fight. When I pull up you see it's like, oh shit. Cut all these ties cause they plan my demise. They all snakes and I think it's been showing. I got some issues, they haunting me daily. I'm losing my mind and I know it. Losing my mind and I know it. Losing my mind and I know it.